This is the video for section 2.14 of Math 980. And in this section, we're talking about proportions. So what is a proportion? It is a statement that two ratios, so here's a ratio, or rates are equal. So that these two ratios are equal. That's a proportion. And how do we solve them? Well, we can solve this one just like we learned to solve equations. I'm trying to get x by itself. It's currently being divided by 2. So the opposite of divide is multiply. I can multiply both sides by 12, making this cancel. And I would get 12 times 3, which is 36, over 4 equals x. And this simplifies to 9. So that's one way of doing it. However, what most people do is they do what's called cross multiplying. So they would multiply the 12 times the 3 to get 36, and then the 4 times the x to get 4x. And then at that point, they would solve by dividing both sides by 4, so x equals 9. So it seems, a little silly to move that 4 over here just to then bring it back over. But when we get to these other problems, you'll see how doing this cross multiplication technique is really helpful. So let's look at problem number 4. If I do my cross multiplication, I'm going to multiply 5 times this numerator, which, because I have more than one term, I need to treat it in parentheses. So this would look like 5 parentheses x plus 3 equals, and then this will be multiplied by the 3. Because I have a binomial there, I'll treat it in parentheses. So I get 3 parentheses 2x plus 7. And then you just solve the equation like we did in the previous section. So if I distribute the 5, I get 5x plus 15 equals 6x plus 21. I'm going to subtract 5x from both sides, leaving 15 on this side equals just 1x plus 21. Subtract 21, and I get x equals -6. And that's the answer for that one. And you can go back and check your work by replacing x with -6 here and -6 there, and making sure that those two really are equal. All right, so let's try number 7. Again, we're going to do a cross multiplication. Put this in parentheses. So I'm going to have 8 parentheses x plus 2 equals 9 parentheses x minus 7. Distributing that, I get 8x plus 16 equals 9x minus 63. If I subtract 8x from both sides, I get 16 equals x minus 63. If I add 63, I end up with 79 equals x. So that would be my answer for that one. Okay, so let's jump into number 9, which is a story problem. And with the story problem, you have to first set up your proportion and then use cross multiplication to solve it. So number 9 says the ratio of the weight of an object on planet A. So the ratio of the weight on planet A to planet B is 100 to 3. So you have to pay attention to the order. So 100 was the weight on A, 3 was the weight on B. If an elephant weighs 4,400 pounds on planet A, so we're going to make this equivalent to this issue with the elephant. So he's 4,400 pounds. Which planet was he? A. So he would be in the top because we did A on the top on the left side. Find the elephant's weight on planet B. So the B is what we don't know. So my ratio is set up. I'm going to do cross multiplication. So I'll get 100B equals whatever 3 times 4,400 is. So 3 times 4,400. You can certainly do on your calculator if you need to. And you get 13,200. So 100B equals 13,200 divided by 100 on both sides. B equals 132. So that elephant would weigh 132 pounds on planet B. All right, let's look at question 10. It says there are 110 calories per 28.4 grams of cereal X. So the word per implies this divided by line. So my setup would be 110 calories per 28.4 grams of cereal, right? So I've chosen this order, calories over cereal, which means when I make my equation, I'm going to do the same order. So that equals, find how many calories, so I don't know how many calories, that's my unknown, but that will be on top, are in 39.76 grams of cereal. So make sure if you do calories and then cereal, that on the other side you also do calories and then cereal. So I'm going to erase my units so that you can see the setup. I'll make my equal sign bigger. So there's the setup. And then from there you would do your cross multiplication and then solve for X. So I won't finish that problem, I just wanted to show you the setup, and I'll show you the setup on number 11 as well. It says the scale on a map is approximately 5/6 inch to 20 miles. So that would be 20 miles. If the distance from city A to city B measures 7.5 inches, so here's my equivalency, 7.5 inches, inches would be on the top because they're on the top there. Then how far apart are the two cities in miles? So what we don't know is the miles. So there's our setup. I'm going to erase the units. So this just becomes a proportion. And then from there, cross multiply, 5/6 times X equals whatever 20 times 7.5 is. So 150. And then you can solve from there. Divide both sides by 5/6. All right, and that's it for this section. Feel free to let me know if you need some help on it. Talk to you later.